What's going on, guys? This is Time to Eat Gamer 575 here, and I'm back with another video today about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game. I've been watching videos for the past week or so about different rants that's been being addressed about the game. I just figured I'd put out my own video about it. So here goes. The first thing I noticed is a lot of people are complaining about gun media not fixing anything. Which, by the way, I will have to inform you that gun media fixed a lot of stuff on the feedback from the community. One of the things that they fixed, among multiple things, is that they fixed the valve. I remember a lot of people complaining about the valve being in the basement of the slaughterhouse. They actually listened to the feedback of the community and put the valve on the ground level. It's not in the basement anymore. Another thing that they fixed was the grandpa scene. Everybody kept whining and complaining about take the grandpa scene out, remove the grandpa scene because they kept stalling. And yeah, I kept stalling too until I adjusted and stopped running with the chainsaw above my head until the grandpa scene ended, the cut scene ended. Then you were able to run with the chainsaw above your head so you wouldn't stall. Another thing I noticed is people complain the last update they brought out, which was, I believe it was December 12th, they nerfed Johnny. Johnny was nerfed, and not even 24 hours later, people were complaining on Reddit, people were complaining on Facebook, people were complaining on Twitter about how Johnny sucks, revert Johnny back, nobody wants to use him, mostly people that use family all the time. They complained about it. And you know what gun media did? They reverted Johnny back to his original state. And you know what the people that play with Johnny did? They went back to doing that lunging across the map, not even running the regular way with Johnny. They just lunge across the map because that gives them more speed to move around. Johnny is definitely, I don't care what anybody says, but this can go for any family member. Johnny, especially though, Johnny is very overpowered. And why I say that is because his savagery is already up high. Leatherface has the highest savagery, and rightfully so. But Johnny's savagery is pretty high. He's second to Leatherface. Now, when you add on the perks feral and big swings, you literally can hit Connie or Danny once or twice. Let's even be nice and say 2 or 3 times, and they'll be dead. They'll be executed. They'll be out the game, and they'll disconnect anyway. So my thing is, any family member can be overpowered. Johnny, I believe, is overpowered. That's my opinion. Whether you agree with me or not, it doesn't make a difference because I don't work for gun media. They have to listen to the feedback of the community and feel like Johnny is overpowered. Many people have said he's overpowered, so I'm sure they're taking that into consideration of how they're going to move forward with nerfing him. The next thing I want to get to is Danny. Everybody keeps saying, not everybody, but a lot of people keep saying that Danny is overpowered. Like I said earlier in the video, I saw another YouTuber make a video and he was talking about how Danny is not overpowered. It's just a lot of people don't want to work on their skills as far as a strategy to stop Danny or to stop Connie. Many people just they keep saying they want to nerf Johnny or not even just Johnny, but Danny. And most of the people, they really, what I've noticed is a lot of people want the conditions to be ideal to them. Like, for instance, the fuse box. I remember on the slaughterhouse, the fuse box used to spawn as soon as you came up the holding pen. The valve handle, when you come out the holding pen to that little sliding way right in front of you, the little sliding crack in front of you, the valve used to be right to the right side of that building on the holding pen, the holding pen building. And then the fuse would be right in front of you. Most of the time, well, pretty much all of the time, that would be the spawn, the area where that stuff spawns. People complained about that because it was too easy for the victims to get out. It was too easy for the victims to access that. So guess what Gun Media did? They changed the spawn location of the fuses. They changed the spawn location of the fuse box to put it in a more high traffic area. So now, instead of putting it on the side over there by the slaughterhouse, on the slaughterhouse building, they got it over there by the valve exit, and they got it over there by the parking lot exit. So they listened to that feedback. So, like I said earlier in the video as well, they listened to the valve, the valve pump, the valve tank rather. They listened to the community on that, and they put the valve tank up top. So you're telling me you have Danny, who you know is more likely going to tamper with the valve majority of the time. You can't stop Danny as a family member. If y'all working as a team, that makes no sense. Many people that I've played with, if I'm Danny or if I'm playing the victims and my teammates are Danny, many people have executed Danny right off the bat. If you work as a team, if you're a team player, a team family, it's not hard to do. But the problem is a lot of people don't use their mics. They don't communicate. When they do get into a party chat, if they're in a family party chat, it's 2 of them in a party chat instead of it being 3. So they'll be communicating amongst each other and leave the third person out. They don't switch the game chat. And then they get mad when a family member doesn't help them or the family member disconnects. I don't blame them from disconnecting, because if you're not going to communicate with the other person, what's the point of them playing? The same thing goes with the victims. If you have victims that are in a party chat and there's 2 in a party chat or even 3 in a party chat, and you got 2 left out that you're not communicating with, and you can see if they have mics, majority of the time they have mics. Now some of them mute their mics, some of them don't. That's up to them. But if you have 2 or 3 people in a party chat and you leave the other 2 or the other person or persons out, then that's on you. That's a player problem. That's not a developer problem. The next thing I want to address is the lobby dodging. The lobby dodging is not a Gun Media problem. It's not a developer problem. It's a player problem. You're choosing to lobby dodge. You're choosing to not play a certain map. You're choosing to, because you didn't get a certain character, you're choosing to lobby dodge. That just plays back into, oh, I want the game to be my conditions, and if my conditions aren't met, then I'm gonna complain and keep lobby dodging until I get my certain conditions. There's nothing nobody can do about that. That's a player issue. The glitches, I mean, yeah, I've glitched many a times. Got stuck in the wall. I remember one time I found a Connie inside of one of those closet things, and I executed her with the hitchhiker. And once I executed her, I got stuck on the table, but I had to wait till the game was over so I can get my XP. Unfortunately, it happens. I do agree with everybody who's saying the glitches need to be fixed. That stuff needs to be fixed, of course. Once again, we got the rage quitting. The rage quitting, as I said before with the lobby dodging, this ties into it. People that are rage quitting, they're choosing to rage quit. They're choosing to start a game and then quit. I literally had a hitchhiker quit as I played in a lobby today. I'm recording this video today, which is January 14th. By the time you see it, it'll probably be January 15th. But January 14th, you can watch my live stream. There was a hitchhiker who rage quit. They chose to rage quit. The day before that, which was the 13th, the day before that, I had a Leatherface rage quit. Once again, they're choosing to rage quit because they're not getting their ideal conditions met. Okay, you can't kill anybody. Now, mind you, the hitchhiker, he had executed 2 people, 2 victims, and they still rage quit. So once again, With the lobby dodging and the rage quitting, nobody is going to be able to fix that. You could try to mitigate it all you want to as far as the lobby dodging, but the rage quitting, you're not going to be able to mitigate that. With the lobby dodging, you can give people like a 30-minute timeout, 15-minute timeout, however they want to do it. But still, people are going to lobby dodge anyway. And then what they're going to do is they're going to, instead of leaving the lobby because they don't want to get banned for 15 or 30 minutes, they're going to start the game and then they're going to rage quit. They're going to quit anyway. It's really nothing you can do about that. When people quit like that, number one, they're not going to rank up. They're never going to rank up because they're not going to get XP because they keep quitting. I've done this before, and guess what? I didn't get no XP. So it makes no sense to keep doing that and then complain and whine about how you're not getting XP. Number two, like I said, people are just going to start the game and then quit. Number three, when you keep rage quitting, I don't care what game you play, if you keep rage quitting, you're not going to ever get better at the game. I think the problem is a lot of these people, once again, they want these games to be ideal for them. They want these games to meet their certain conditions, and they feel entitled to certain conditions because they paid for the game. Every game is not going to be with your ideal condition. You're not going to be able to play Johnny all the time when you get into a lobby. You're not going to be able to play the cook all the time. You're not going to be able to play Nancy all the time. You're not going to be able to play Danny all the time. You're not going to be able to play Connie all the time. You're not going to get out all the time. You're not going to win every game, whether you're on the family side or the victim side. Now, another thing that Gun Media did, well, a lot of people say, oh, Gun Media is not listening to the community. They made Leatherface not be required. I remember a lot of people complain about that. Why is Leatherface required? Why is Leatherface required? Well, once again, they listened to the community's feedback and they said, you know what? We're going to make Leatherface not required. That was in that big update on December 12th. Sissy's poison. Sissy and Nancy's poison. I think that needs to be reworked as well. But here we go again. You also have perks to combat that poison. The victims have perks. Depending on the way you go up on the skill tree, the victims have perks. So where you obviously level up your perks to level 3. Once you get those perks to where the poison doesn't affect you, you have, like, I believe it's like 30 seconds. I could be wrong, either 20 or 30 seconds where the poison doesn't affect you, so you can combat that. But once again, people want it to be ideal so they don't have to use that perk at all. That way it's ideal to how they feel in their mind the game should be going for them. But they obviously put that perk in there for a reason. And I don't know if every victim has that perk, but I've seen it on multiple victims. Let's go to new content. They just released new content. They obviously put out a new map. They put out 2 new characters, and people were complaining that there's no new content. They literally just put that out on, that was right before the patch that they did, the update that they did, a big update. Now, I don't know why people are still complaining about, oh, it's no new content, no new content. Many people don't understand that with these movies, you can't just put new characters on here, especially the characters from the movies, because it's you have to get permission to use the rights to these characters. You can make up characters, yeah, just like they made up Nancy and they made up Danny, but you can't, like, for instance, Chop Top. You can't just put Chop Top in the game because it's licensing issues, it's right issues, the rights. You can't do that. Wes Keltner, the CEO of Gun Media, he explained that. He said, yeah, we're gonna use content from the first movie. That's the only rights that they have is the first movie. Because people were asking him, hey, can you do the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Can you put that Leatherface in? Can you put the sheriff in, Sheriff Hoyt? Can you put obviously Chop like I said, which I'm all for that. I'm all for them putting in that new content, but it takes time. And you can't just put the content in, the characters in, because the community is complaining about there's no new content. Hopefully they do release new content soon, but a lot of players are expecting content to be released like every week or something. It makes no sense. You can't, these gaming companies are not going to be releasing content every week. In my personal opinion, everybody has a right to their opinion. In my personal opinion, I enjoy Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, it's some problems with it, don't get me wrong. And they keep saying, oh, the player base is dwindling. And the only numbers I see them using is the player base from Steam. You know, it's more people than Steam. Steam is all PC players. It's more than just the Steam players playing this game. You have PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox S, all that stuff. And I don't think this is on Nintendo Switch. I didn't see anything about that, but maybe it will come to Nintendo Switch. I don't know. But you can't expect these guys to release content every week. It doesn't work like that, because it's license issues. These characters want to be paid. The movie characters, the studios want to be paid for them to use these characters in these games. It's a whole bunch of legal stuff you got to go through to put these characters in the games. That's why they have to make up characters. Now, as far as the pricing issues, I mean, I don't have an issue with $10 a character. Yeah, they could make it to where you can grind for it. You can unlock them through, reaching a certain level and all that. Yeah, I'm all for that. That's fine. And you can pay for it if you want to, because majority of the time, people are just gonna pay for it. A lot of people will grind for it, but you got people that are level 99 already. It's like, it's like they're looking to break the game for some reason. I don't know why. And then they complain that they're bored because there's no new content. Well, a lot of these people need to get out the house or do something else, because sitting at the computer playing the game 8 hours a day, unless it's your job, then I don't know what to tell you. Majority of the people in the world are not going to be sitting here playing the game 8 hours a day, and they're not level 99. So, once again, I see a lot of people complaining about this game. This game is not as bad as everybody's making it out to be. Yeah, there are problems with the game, don't get me wrong, that definitely need to be addressed. They definitely need to be addressed. But more players need to work on their skills. More players need to be more patient and stop complaining every other day about something is broken on this game. Because if you're patching your game every other day, that's a very big problem. That means that game is broken. They don't need to patch this game every other day. They're constantly working on new ideas and doing new stuff, and they're listening to the feedback with the community. And literally people are complaining about, oh, y'all released a patch, an update, which was a big update, and then y'all went on a vacation for the holidays with your family. Like, you think these people should not have a vacation because they created this video game? They're working on this video game. Like, how selfish are you to say that they shouldn't have a vacation over the holidays? Now, I understand if this was like they took a month off and didn't release no update or anything. They literally released the update right before Christmas. And people were complaining about they went on holiday so they can be with their families. Like, I would have, just like the guy from Gun said, he was like, you know what, this is ridiculous, and it's sad that he had to say that, but he said he's going on holiday with his family. He's not going to be worried about a video game while he's on holiday. It's a freaking video game. Like, calm down, seriously. The same people that are complaining about this game when Killer Clowns from Outer Space come out, because I've seen a lot of people say, oh, I can't wait for Killer Clowns from Outer Space to come out. I guarantee you, give that game 2 weeks, because people are not going to be trolling. They're not going to be teabagging. They're not going to be doing none of that stuff because they're trying to figure out how to play the game. Give it 2 weeks. And that's that's, you know what, I say give it a month. Give it a month. And people are going to be whining and complaining about that game too. Just like they did Friday the 13th, they're going to be complaining about Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So this is my little rant for today. I appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos. And stay tuned. I'm going to have more rants coming soon enough. Take care. See you on the next video.